Okay, here's an update of my 28 gallon nanocube for January 2016. There's quite a few changes in my tank, and I'm gonna talk about them next. The first change will be that I'm gonna go back to Instant Ocean, the regular Instant Ocean salt mix, because Red Sea Coral Pro it's way too expensive, and I'm dosing anyways. Nano Reef, Kent Marine Nano Reef Part A and B twice a week. So from what I have read and seen, there's not much of a difference between very expensive salts and the regular Instant Ocean. So I'll report here if I see any differences, any big differences. I have used Instant Ocean before with pretty good success, so I think I'm ready to go back to it. I only use about 4 gallons a week, but it adds up pretty quickly. Also, I have some new frags. I just picked up some frags yesterday. Some picked up a green digitata and a neon green burst nest and a couple more another digitata and orange digitata. But I didn't take pictures of them because they're way in the back and they're pretty small. Actually, I did take a picture and a video of the neon green digitata. It will come up there later on. This is the side view number one of my tank from the side. I always need to do two videos from the sides and the front because from one half and then the other half because I have a lot of corals and they're spread out and I don't have a wide angle lens, so nothing I can do about it, but it's okay. They come out okay. As long as I explain what I'm recording. I also zoomed in, which will happen in a little while. There I'm zooming in. Those zoas right there are pretty fast growers, which is the total opposite of that Monty up there. That Monty with the green polyps, that one's a pretty slow grower. But as long as it doesn't die, I'm good. Here's side view number two. There's my purple stylophora. Right underneath it is a Superman Monty. It's coming. It's turning pretty red. It's growing a lot. Also, right there in the middle is that Monty with green background and red polyps. That's called Season's Greetings Monty. I had it in my other tank and it almost died. It had turned almost completely white, but I brought it back from the brink of death, and that's always that's always great when that happens. When you're able to do that. It's my rainbow acan. It's got a couple more heads. I'm only feeding it reef chili right now, twice a week, but I might start doing mini mices because I've heard they grow faster when you do mices, so I might do that. There on the left is a green Monty with blue polyps. That one I relocated it too because it was too close to my rainbow acan. Here's the right side view from the front. way back there, where the my maroon clownfish just passed by, right behind the my that purple coral right there is the green digitata. That's one. That's another new coral that I have. One of the frags. Right there in the middle is a sponge dodes. I forgot to mention that I got one of those too. That green one in the middle, yeah, sponge dodes. Pretty fast growing coral too. Right there in the front is a Tyree flower petal, and that one I also was able to bring it back from the brink of death, and that was another coral that had turned white on me in my other tank. I think it was getting too much light or something like that. That's usually what happens. But that's another success story for me. Here's the left side view from the front of my tank. My red bubble tip anemone has been behaving, staying back there. After I added the heater, and it's come the it had shrank a little bit too, but it's coming back. There's my punk rocker zoas, those red ones, and beside that is an or RA setosa, the orange little piece of coral right there. What's funny about that one is that that piece of coral almost died on me too, and just like the other pieces, I've been able to bring it back to life. There's my green star polyp growing in the wrong place. What I've noticed is that it grows away from the flow of my tank, so I'm gonna have to scrape that piece off right there and then glue it back on the other side so it can grow from the right to the left. I guess it grows where the flow is or away from the flow. That's my as usual, my big orange Monty cap colony. I'm growing a little piece of that orange Monty cap in my other tank too. Here's my full front view of the tank. Everything is looking good. Nothing has died since last video, which is always a good thing. I'm still using my Kessel A160 WE and my 4 bulb T5. I did increase my T5 lighting schedule from 2 hours to 3 hours a day, and I'll see what happens in a month. Last time I did that, I started seeing a little bit of bleaching out of some of my corals, but I think they're more used to the light now. Also, I'll report back, like I said before. I'll report back to see how the instant ocean does. I'm also gonna test the calcium level of the new salt, like I did on my other one. Hopefully, everything will be alright. I'll finish the video with pictures of my tank and corals. That's my screaming neon green burst nest, which is one of the new frags. That's pretty much the only one I could take a picture of that was decent. The other ones are hiding in the back. I just need a good macro lens. I can get a used one for about $250 from Amazon, but that's gonna have to take a. I'm gonna have to wait for that. Don't have money for that kind of stuff right now. I'd rather just buy corals and just not be able to take pictures of every single coral in my tank. I can live with that for right now. Everything has grown at least a little bit from the last video, and thanks for watching and Happy New Year. Subscribe and comment.